when I was talking to Derek and thinking about topics, I wanted to bring something that would be broadly addressable to everybody, and this is something that I've done out of necessity, having been working with Bonfire for about 5 years now, and I feel it's kind of, we do it all the time in our business in terms of engineering our processes and how do we improve our businesses, but why not bring those principles and things we do to our broader life? So that's what I have to share today. So again, I'm Alex Millar, sorry, not Miller, but it's okay. Yeah, CTO of Bonfire. So I've been doing this kind of implicitly and now more recently very explicitly of looking for ways to better leverage my time so that I can get done in 8 what you might be able to get done in 10 hours a day. Shots fired.
Be specifically, just because of the last name.
No. So this really kind of stemmed for me back in like an Economics 101 lecture with Larry Smith, if you know him, at University of Waterloo. And he said something to the effect of, the world will let you work as hard as you want. And it's really up to you and only you to engineer your life, your processes, and take control of your life. Otherwise, you can get ground into a wall. So what I have to share is by no means a definitive guide. It might not be applicable to you. It's something that I've done and I'm iterating and working for me. And the intent is to spark this idea of continuously improving, just like we do in software, but for your life and your processes and how you take control. So the first thing that I found, and I adopted this probably a couple of quarters ago, is this idea of thinking about life in weeks. Weeks there's 52 a year. It's not too big a number for you to comprehend. They're not too short. It's not, oh, I'll get this done by the end of the month, and then all of a sudden it's the end of the month and it's not done. And they're consistent, right? They're always bookended by a period of rest. It feels great to start something on a Monday and finish it on a Friday and know what you're going to dive into next week. Following on that idea of feels good, what you're going to dive into next week, is this idea of the Ivy Lee method. And I say in 2017 because he, you can look at the story, pitched this productivity idea in early 1900s. I don't know exactly the date, but the principle was, at the end of the day, you make a list of the 6 most important things in your world to do tomorrow, and then you just do them. And smuggled in there is this idea of you just do them, you say no to everything else. Because when you start the day, if you just come in and it's like, this is the most important thing, just do it, and you do it, and you do it, and you do it, and you say no to everything else, then you're doing, like, everything has a priority order implicitly anyways, so you're just getting that stuff done, and you can feel confident at the end of the day. It's like, yes, that was a productive day. Those are the things I should have been doing, versus being, as a founder, okay, I did this, oh, what should I do next? Oh, there's a million things to do. It's like, no, just do one thing, get it done. The other thing is it maximizes your energy in the morning. You can just come and execute versus getting in the morning, having your coffee, being all ready to go, and like, what should I do today? You just come in and you start executing. Following on that, there's a little book that I have called Getting Things Done by David Allen. It's my Bible, and too big to go into today, but one of the key tendencies pulled from there, and we already do this when we think about tools, is no one remembers their product backlog. Sales team has Salesforce, right? You have Zendesk for tracking your tickets. You need a system for tracking all the things that you need to do in your life, and offload that from your mind, and reserve your mind for creative thinking and creative capacity, right? So it's the idea, right? Engineering life, pulling those ideas out from just work into your life as a broader context. Number 4, probably my most controversial point. I think phone calls are rude. I mean, that's the clickbait title, but the idea here is that if you're building that list, this is what I should be doing this morning, going after, and then someone calls you, right? And if you were to come up and strike up a conversation with me right now, I wouldn't have that conversation. I'm in the middle of doing something. This is what I'm supposed to be doing, right? No, I'm not doing it. So the idea is, for me, I just never answer my phone. 1, because if it was truly important, they'll call back. And if they don't, it wasn't. And I'll carry on and get the stuff done that I need to get done. Number 5 is not something that I've yet implemented, but it's this idea that I'm going to explore is, what about a board of directors for my life? The objectives, the things that I want to achieve, not just professionally in my career, but personally. Mentioned Derek, I'm a barefoot runner, I paint these miniatures, I play in a sax quintet. Like, these are things that I want to achieve, and having an external pressure, you go to the gym, you get a personal trainer, and they give you that sense of accountability. Board of directors give businesses a sense of accountability. What if I had one in my own life? Now, it might be a bit of an extreme idea, I haven't done it yet, but you can't know until you try. And that's really the whole point of what I wanted to talk about today, is this idea of try, repeat, iterate, think about it, reflect, just like you do at work for trying to maximize your profits and running on very little, and doing that in a broader context so you can feel in control of what you do and have that energy go on for a long period of time. Because building a company is, it can take, we've been at this for 5 years now. We just hit our Series A milestone, and stuff really picked up in the last couple of years, but I want to put myself in a position to be able to do this for another 5, or IPO this thing. Like, who knows how long it's going to take to do that. But so hopefully that'll spark some ideas in your mind to engineer your life and do things to maximize your capacity in terms of what you can do, whether it's professionally and personally.
Great, thank you, Alex. We have time for a few questions, if anyone has one burning.
So how do you handle your staff having problems and issues throughout the day? If they, do they just save them all up, or?
It's a balance. I think Anwar can answer that question because he's one of our co-op students we have. But essentially, there's the 6 things I'm going to do, but there's always those in-between times, right? And it's kind of like I'm doing the doctor's rounds and checking everyone. Good, you're good, you're good, good. Okay, this is going to be a longer thing, so let's book it for 15 minutes, or 30 minutes, or whatever. I can't resolve it, like in GTD, it's if I can't resolve something within 2 minutes because I've already been distracted, then it gets queued. But if I can answer it, then yes, I'll deal with it right then and there. So. Yeah, and it's this idea, and it pushes them a little bit more to try to solve problems on your own, because that's kind of why I hired you to do that, right? It's like, we don't do any marketing, solve marketing, thank you, kind of idea, so yeah.
In terms of organizing your tasks, is there a specific piece of software that you use, and do you categorize tasks, and do you schedule time in your day to tackle certain categories? How does that work for you?
That would take quite a while to go through, and it's constantly in flux. It's a balance of Evernote and a really awesome tool or a note-taking app called Bear Writer for more journaling. We should talk more afterwards, but I can show you it and you can get a sense of it. But yeah, it's this idea of you collect, you triage, you categorize, you process, and you repeat, and then you can truly trust that system of record is true, and that's that like self-actualization part of GTD where it's like, this is an augmented part of me that retains all of my information. I don't need to remember any of that, and it's like if you feel like it's offloaded from you, which is pretty cool.
So a question about just balancing what you presented. What you gave us was a really cool direction to head in, and it sounds like you're kind of most of the way there, or you're getting there. How much do you feel you've been able to benefit personally for Bonfire versus having the flexibility to be able to pick up things that may allow you to grow more spontaneously? Because you lose that perhaps when you go more strategically, right?
For sure, and by no means is this completely rigid, right? If something comes up and it's like, hey, we need to seize this opportunity, the litmus test of that opportunity is, this is of greater value than what I'm currently doing, and yes, I'll sideline everything, but it's forcing you to go through that thing versus just being like, someone yelled at me really loud, I should do that thing. And that's, I think it's, like I said, this is not a set in stone rigid thing, it's pretty flexible. So you can still seize these opportunities, but it gives you a framework for those things that aren't those opportunities to not let them distract you, so that you can get home at the end of the day and be like, yeah, I killed it today, it was wicked, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, so.
Can you yell?
Sure, I can yell. Yeah, that's fine. How do you deal with life outside of the office, i.e.
After hours. Like you said, when you go home, you relax and stuff like that, but that's not technically when work ends.
Yeah, absolutely. So I try to set pretty strict barriers for myself in terms of not letting it bleed over, because this is a long process, and it's a balance, right? It's not, I leave at 5 and no one ever gets anything out of me after 5 p.m. and I come at 9. Balance is achieved on the order of weeks and months and even years, right? There are periods of time when you got to go really hard and you taper off. But on aggregate, by having that process, right? I did the most important thing I could possibly do, and I was going like 110 of those 9 hours I was at the office, or 8 hours, or 10 hours, whatever it was, then I can go home, and because I was doing those most important things, unless something comes up so important that it can't be solved at 9 a.m. tomorrow, then I can wait till 9 a.m. tomorrow.
Great. Thank you, Alex. Millar.